Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Rosalie. Welcome to the Ultimate World Music Reaction channel. We are going to check out something very special today. We're going to check out a song called Masters of War by a very intriguing lady called Annisette. Her name is Annisette Koppel. She was born in 1948. She is a Danish singer. She is from Denmark. And I want to check out a song, Masters of War, Annisette and the Danish Radio Big Band. This is a live performance. Today's shout out goes to NR65 Post. Thank you for your suggestion, for buying copies and requesting this. This video itself has not been viewed that much, but the YouTube channel has a lot of subscribers. And so I want to give this a chance. I want to look into this. Annisette Koppel is a Danish singer, as mentioned. Her debut as a singer began in the late 50s when her and her sister recorded some children's songs for a Swedish record label. Here we go. Oh, yes. This is cool. It has a flamenco vibe already with the different rhythms and the way that they're clapping.
Masters of war, you that build the big guns, you that build the death planes.
Oh snap.
You that build all the bombs.
She gives me a Tina Turner vibe with that rasp, those low notes, that low range rasp, but her voice to me sounds even deeper and raspier. Wow.
You that hide behind walls.
Oh snap.
You that hide behind desks. I just want you to know I can see through your mess.
This song's by Bob Dylan, by the way.
You've never done nothing but built to destroy. You play with my world like it's your little toy. You put a gun in my hand and your hand from my eyes.
Wow.
And you turn and run follow when the first bullets fly. You fasten all triggers for the others to fire. Then you sit back and watch when the death hounds get tired. You hide in your mansion while the young people's blood flows out of the bodies.
Real quick, before the electric guitar solo begins, or what I think is about to be, the combination between the electric guitar and that flamenco vibe clapping that they're doing is really neat. That created such a cool rhythmic element and set the song up in a very unique way. This is her cover of the song Masters of War by Bob Dylan. Which is a song that I'm not going to go into lyrics too much today, but it addresses or it criticizes leaders and officials. And during a time where they realized they were going to war, it's questioning, I guess you could say, the intention behind the war, basically calling it out for being a pointless act rather than a means of defense. And so Dylan allegedly wrote this song in criticism of American leaders that, were taking our country to war. But the way she's singing this, again, the flamenco vibe clapping, the way they're all beautifully in sync, the way that they're all just beautifully coordinated. I mean, that's not easy. You have your rhythm to clap and it works well with the other rhythms and it complements each other so well. The electric guitar, the background singers, her rasp, beautiful. Now we're getting into that bluesy, jazzy vibe a bit more. Great way to just add accent and make the song even richer and fuller. But sheesh. is awesome. She's barefoot, by the way.
Fear to bring children into this world for threatening the baby unborn and undead.
It's neat. I love how they're bringing in the horns. That really adds another layer of texture to the song, that jazzy, bluesy vibe, but it complements her epic, wow, her epic voice and that rasp and just the tone and the texture of her voice. Even now, note the drums and that almost military-like rhythm that is being played on the drums is very fitting to the theme, Masters of War, and addressing the masters of war who are calling people to war and the innocent being slain and people dying.
Do you think that
Marching
it could?
rhythm.
I think that you'll find when your death takes its toll, that all money you made will never buy back your soul. And I hope that you'll die, and your death will come soon. I'll follow your cascade by the pale afternoon. And I'll watch while it's lower into your deathbed. And I'll stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead.
Wow. Wow. This is a masterpiece. How does this not have so many more views? This is phenomenal. My goodness. The lyrics are very profound. This song by Bob Dylan, "Come you masters of war, you that build the big guns, you that build the death planes, you that build all the bombs. Hide behind walls, you that hide behind desks. I just want you to know I can see through your masks. You build to destroy, like Judas of old, you lie and deceive." And then at the end it says, we're not going to go through all the lyrics. They're very profound, ultimately calling out the masters of war, those who are building the bombs, calling people to war, and saying or questioning, addressing the power plays and calling out those who are orchestrating all this, perhaps very likely not for the reason of self-defense, but for power and greed and unnecessary death of those who would then go out willing to fight. How much do I know to talk? How much do I know to talk out of turn? You might say that I'm young. You might say I'm unlearned. But there's one thing I know, though I'm younger than you, that even Jesus would never forgive what you do. Dang, wow. This is profound. I've said this a couple of times in a few recent videos where it's powerful in social media, though it has its downsides too and issues. One of the benefits is it gives people a platform. And now covering the song, and even now people that write new songs that have a similar thematic, it's a great tool to question things, to stand up, to stand out, to condemn injustices, to speak out and spread messages. Now, social media wasn't as big, obviously, when Bob Dylan wrote this. This was released in '63. But even then, music is such a powerful tool to spread a message and to get people aware of things. And I would say the young generation possibly would even pay more attention to lyrics then, perhaps, than they do now. Now, there's such an overstimulation of input that you can just swipe and you can listen and swipe and go and click and swipe, and you might not even pay attention to what's being sung. Many young people, perhaps, unless they are really music connoisseurs, or they enjoy music, or they really want to understand. And they are out there too, of course. There's many who also really want to get into lyrics and take things apart and genuinely understand things. But I would assume that back then, with social media and the whole swiping, fast-paced, vibe not being as prevalent, that young people were even more likely to listen to a record and really enjoy it because that was your entertainment, right? There was not as much media overload as there is now. And I think this is such a powerful way to make people aware, young and old, of what's going on, or call out the system. So what a brilliant song by Bob Dylan. What a powerful, brave way to use music and songwriting to speak up and speak out. Even the part that says, let me ask you one question, is your money that good? Will it buy you forgiveness? Do you think that it could? I think you will find when your death takes its toll, all the money you made will never buy back your soul. That also reminds me of a scripture that says you can gain the whole world, but what is the point if you lose your soul? And then in the end it says, I hope that you die and your death will come soon. I'll follow your casket by the pale afternoon, and I'll watch while you're lowered down to your deathbed, and I'll stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead. Wow. Dang. Because that's what's happening with war, right? So many people die, so many innocent people that put their life on the line. And the masters of war, those who are pulling the strings, wishing them dead and basically telling them, I will wait and make sure you're dead, that what you're causing for all these other people will occur to you, is also a somber reminder, hopefully a wake-up call to some, that they are dying too. And that's a reminder for all of us. We are all mortal. We're all going to die. We have a responsibility what to do with this life. So it's a good reminder for ourselves, but it's also a powerful way of calling out the masters, if you will, and hopefully some of them being willing to listen and be reminded that they're mortal too, and that they have a responsibility in their jobs and in their positions, and that their death will come. And at that point, the question is, what did you do with your life? Powerful song, bold and strong and necessary statement, I believe. Her voice, Annisette Koppel's voice, is phenomenal. Danish singer, she's been around the block. I love that rasp, very strong voice, very unique and powerful. Again, when she first started singing, I heard a little bit of that Tina Turner vibe. That's what it reminded me of, not to compare voices, but just from a sound, from a reference point. But she has a very strong, lower ranged voice, a lot of rasp, a lot of character to her voice. And the way that the composition was set up, that was really good. Very good. Thank you for that suggestion. What did the rest of you think? Let me know in the comments below. As always, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next ride. Heyo!